Today I'll start this chapter, lines and angles. This chapter is very important because here if you understand this chapter becomes the easiest chapter, okay? And this chapter is going to come in your higher classes in 8 and 9 as well. So if you learn the basics, so this chapter will be easy and interesting also. So let's start this chapter. So here I'll discuss some of the definitions. First one is point. Okay, so point is the geometric element which has no dimension. You know, dimension means this point doesn't have a length, breadth or height. Okay, so point is a geometrical element which doesn't have any dimension. Next one is line. So a line is a straight path which has no endpoints. So whenever you have a line, here arrow are given at the endpoints. That means you can extend these lines in both the directions. So line is a straight path which has no ends. Next one is line segment. So the line segment is a straight path which has two endpoints. Here you can see, here this is the line segment. You can see this is the end point. This is also the another end point. So here the line segments is between the 2 points, okay? And you can find the length of the line segment. In the line, if only line is there, which can be extended both ways, you cannot find the measurement of that line, but you can find the measurement of a line segment. Next one is ray. So ray is a line which has one endpoint and endless form from another side. So here you can see this line, here this point is fixed, so this end point is fixed, and the other, this end has endless. So this end is endless means you can extend this ray from this side, but you cannot extend it from here because this is the fixed point. Now let's discuss about angles. So angles, you know, the corners which is made by the intersection of two lines or line segments are called the angles. So here you can see this is your A, B. So line AB and BC both are intersecting at this point B. So they are forming a angle. So this angle is ABC. So whenever you have to name that angle, we are talking about B. So we will write this angle as angle ABC. Angle is denoted with two alphabets, okay, where this we are talking about B, so that will come in the middle, okay. So here I have taken two lines, YZ and XZ. So how we will name these lines, let's see that. So here you can see, if you have to name this angle XOY, so where is XOY? Suppose this is O, so this will be your XOY. We are talking about this angle, so we will write this angle as XOY, okay. And if I'm talking about ZOW, so you can see with the green color, I'm talking about this angle. So here this is our ZOW. The same way, if I'm talking about YOW, that means which angle I'm talking about? This one, okay. So O will be in the middle only. And the next one is ZOX, so XOZ will be this one, or ZOX or XOZ. So I hope this concept of labeling an angle is clear. See here I am telling you from the basics because these are the common mistakes that you will do in higher classes also, okay. So that's why you should do all these basics. Now let's see how some angles are related. So the first one is complementary angles. So whenever there are two angles whose sum is 90 degree, then these two angles are known as complementary angles. Here I have taken some example. This one, if this angle is 40 degree and this angle is 50 degree, then these two angles will be complementary angles. And here you can see the sum of these two is 90 degrees, so these two are also complementary angles. The next one is supplementary angle. So when the sum of the two angles is 180 degree, then it will be supplementary angle. So you can see in this figure these two angles sum of these two angles is 180 degree. So these two angles are supplementary. Now the next is adjacent angle. So in adjacent angles, there will be a common arm. If two angles have a common arm, okay, that you have to see, a common vertex, a common arm, and a non-common arm on the either side of the common arm. So that will be adjacent angles. Now you can see in this figure, here you can see both the angles C and D has this common arms. Let it M is N and this is L. So you can see this line M is common between these two angles, and the arms N and L are on the other side of this common arm, and both are having this common vertex. So these two angles are adjacent angles. Whereas if I'll talk about this one, so this is X, this is Y. Now here you can see none of the arm is common, okay, and none of the vertex is common. So here these two angles are not adjacent, but these two are. The second one is adjacent. Next one is linear pair. So that one is important, and sometimes the students get confused with the linear pair and also supplementary angles. Now linear pairs always are adjacent angles, okay. So here you can see in this figure both the angles 120 degree and 60 degree both are adjacent angles, both are having a common arm and also a common vertex. So both these angles are adjacent angle. So pair of adjacent angle, if the sum is 180 degree, then they will be linear pair. They are also supplementary angle, but here supplementary angles can be different also. Like here if we are taking these two, then sum of x and y, if sum of x and y is 180 degree, then we will say that x and y are supplementary, but we can't say that it is linear pair. And one more thing, sometimes you will get more than two angles, okay. So suppose this is x, this is y, and this is z. Now you can see both are making a line, so you can write as x plus y plus z equals to 180 degree, okay. But you can't say that this is linear pair, because pair means there will be only two angles, but here you can see there are how many angles? Three angles. So we cannot say that these three are linear pair, okay. So this is the common mistakes that the students do. So in a pair there will be only two angles, and these two angles will be adjacent angle, then it will be a linear pair, okay. So next one is the vertically opposite angle. So whenever two lines intersect each other, then they form angles. Now here the yellow one, these two yellow one, these are equal, okay. So these two will be vertically opposite angles, and M and N will be equal. The blue ones, these are also equal because both of these are vertically opposite angles. Next is transversal line. So if a line intersects two or more lines at different points, then the lines are called transversal line. Here you can see x and y are the two lines, and line P is intersecting these two lines. So this line P is the transversal line. Now let's see the angle made by the transversal line when it intersects two lines. So there they make 8 angles, that is one I have labeled here as 1 from 1 to 8. Now these things you have to see. If F is formed, then inside the F these type of angles are known as corresponding angle. You can take it like this, the inverted F also. So these angles will be which angles? Corresponding angles. And also you can extend this line, and in this also you can extend it. So in F these angles are corresponding. So all these angles are corresponding, which I have mentioned here. You just have to see the F, okay. So interior angles in the F all will be corresponding angles, and also the exterior one, the outer one, these two and these two will be equal. So in this figure you can say which one will be corresponding angles. angle 2, angle 6 corresponding angle, and also 4 and 8 are corresponding angles, and you can see the reverse in the left side as well. Now let's see another type of angles. So another type of angles are the alternate angles. So for alternate angles you have to see the Z. Okay, if Z is formed, then inside these interior angles will be equal. Okay, and you can take the inverted Z also. So these angles are alternate interior angles. Okay, and if you'll extend this line, and here also if you'll extend, so which angles you can find here? This angle and this angle. These two angles will be also equal. Okay, and the same way if you'll extend this Z also, so here which angles will be equal? This angle and this angle. These two will be also equal. So all the yellow ones are equal, and this interior angles both are equal. All these are known as which angle? Alternate angle. Okay, so here which angle will be alternate angles? See, this angle 3 and 6 both will be alternate angle. Okay, and same way 1 and 8 will be also alternate angles. So you have to see the Z to check the alternate angles. Now next one is interior angle on the same side. So here in this figure you can see which are the interior angles. 3 and 5 are the interior angles on the same side. Okay, the same way 4 and 6 are the interior angle on the same side. These are also known as adjacent angle. Why adjacent angle? You can see this arm is common. So here you can see this table. Here you can see the figure also, and you can see all the angles I have mentioned here. So lines are parallel, they will not meet ever. Okay, so here you can see this L and M. If you'll extend these two lines, so they will never gonna meet. So these two lines are parallel. So whenever a transversal line cuts two parallel lines, that time we have discussed earlier the corresponding angles. Okay, so these angles will be equal, corresponding angles will be equal, the alternate angles will be equal, alternate exterior or interior, both angles will be equal. So here I have written also 3 will be equals to 7. Why? 3 and 7 are which angles? So these are corresponding angles. Then 4 and 8 are also corresponding, so all the corresponding angles will be equal. And I think now you know which one will be the corresponding and which one will be the alternate. So here if you will see, all the interior angles will be equal. 3 and 6, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, all these will be equal. And here one more thing, if two interior angles which are on the same side of the transversal, these two will be 180 degree. Angle 4 plus 6 will be 180 degree. So if you have two lines and one transversal lines is intersecting both the lines, and you have to prove that whether the lines are parallel or not. So to check that, if the corresponding angles are equal, then these two lines L and M will be parallel. And also if the alternate interior angles are equal, then also you can say that the line must be parallel. And for the third one, if you are able to prove that the adjacent angles, sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree, then also you can say that both the lines will be parallel. Sum of the adjacent angle means this angle and this angle, 1 plus 2. If 1 plus 2 is 180 degree, that means these two lines L and M will be parallel.